flipped to November, and it's now regional quarterfinal time as far as the Ohio high school playoffs are concerned. This is Division VII. This is Leipsic hosting Mohawk. This is Northern 10 at the Blanchard Valley Conference. And it's all live and free tonight on the OH Report.
In business and ag banking, it's not just about the numbers, it's about the people. At First Federal Community Bank, we believe relationships are the foundation of every successful partnership. We can help you grow your farm through various ag programs, including working with our local FSA offices, as well as Farmer Mac. We have many commercial business programs to help make your day-to-day operations easy and convenient. Because when you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're family.
Well, I think the first thing I would say to recommend this school is that it's affordable and flexible. And then the program itself, I would say that it has a very diverse, broad spectrum of fieldwork and career opportunities. I think the thing that prepared me the most was having that on-site directed practice, so I could actually be in an agency working with real people. And there's an ever-growing need for social work, especially in our community here.
This is our in-body machine, so you're gonna see what you're made of, how much muscle you have, how much fat you have, what type of fat, where is the muscle, where is the fat, and then also super important, how much water do you have and where is the water? Is it inside of your cell or outside of your cell? So the in-body is a super quick process. You get all of this information in about 5 minutes. You just stand on the scale, you hold on to some handles, it sends electrical impulses through your body, nothing you feel, and this prints out immediately. So you'll leave with a piece of paper with all of your results on it, and it will also send it to your phone. We also spend a couple minutes helping you interpret your results so that you can learn what they mean. So you'll leave with a lot of information. It only costs $40. You can get online and sign up for an appointment, or you can call in and make an appointment today.
This is Jonathan Langdon. Catch me right here every Thursday for the Block Party presented by Bob and Bob Door Company, your place for volleyball highlights on the OH Report.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
And welcome back out to Leipsic High School for tonight's Division VII Regional Quarterfinal second round playoff game. Lynn Passett and Josh Banks along with you from Leipsic, and this is the Yannick Oral Surgery and Dental Implant pregame show. And Josh, when we start talking about these two teams, I think we're going to see contrasting styles, but yet similar styles.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be completely contrasting. Both of these teams run completely different offenses. Mohawk wants to come out, and they want to run the football. But the other side is Leipsic wants to sling it around the field with this absolutely phenomenal sophomore quarterback they have.
Yeah, they do. Mark Kirkendall is only a sophomore, as you mentioned, and he's hitting 58% of his passes, thrown for over 2,200 yards, 21 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That's 225 yards a game, and that's something that most high school teams at the Division VII level just simply aren't prepared for.
They wish that they had in their back pocket, and to think he's a sophomore. But this Mohawk team is on a special run right now, and this is a special group of seniors and juniors for the Warriors. And Coach Eric Daniel really has them rolling at the right time.
Yes, he's in his 6th season at Mohawk with the Warriors. They were 5-2 in the N10 this season, 9-2 overall. And our players spotlight tonight, we're going to look at Caden Bish, their running back, who averages 128 yards a game.
Yeah, Caden Bish, I got to see him firsthand last week go for 12 carries for 228 yards and 3 scores. He was phenomenal. He had one run from about 20 yards out where he carried 4 locomotive defenders on his back into the end zone. He is a great athlete, but he's going to have a challenge tonight going up against this Vikings defense, who is just as good as the Warrior defense, and that's what's going to be fun to watch.
Well, when you talk about Leipsic, we already mentioned their quarterback, a sophomore, Mark Kirkendall, but we're spotlighting one of his wide receivers, Avery Paris.
Yeah, Avery Paris led the BBC in receiving yards. He was 2nd in receptions and 2nd in touchdowns. I mean, here's the thing. When you've got the offensive talent that the Vikings have, you could spotlight any one of those players.
Mohawk averaging 38 points per ball game and giving up 15 points per ball game. And they are the type of team that likes to lead by example. They're a hard-nosed, blue-collar team. They like to play hard-hitting defense. And as you mentioned, they really love to run the football.
Yeah, they love to run the football. They want to run it down your throat. But here's the thing with Mohawk. They can absolutely, if need be, sling it around as well.
And when you talk about the Leipsic Vikings, they averaged 384 yards a ball game. They were the top offense in the Blanchard Valley Conference. They would run for 157. They would throw for 227. We talked about the fact that Mark Kirkendall loves to sling the football all around the field, but they've also got a nice pair of running backs, Marquise Williams and Aaron Hazelton, and both of those two will do the bulk of the running, as well as Kirkendall will run it occasionally, but that's not his theme. He wants to throw the football.
Yeah, he was one of the top passers in the BBC, and I think, again, what we keep talking about, what's so special about Kirkendall is his age. He came in last year with a group of seniors at the receiver position that he was able to sling it to. He lost those guys, and he's still showing you this year how good he is.
I had the chance to see him a year ago as a freshman. I was totally impressed a year ago. I'm sure I will be impressed again tonight. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back with more of the pregame show right after this.
I'm Steve Krall, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
I'm an adult learner, so I had to balance my work and my school. And the fact that NC State has online classes, hybrid classes, especially the instructors are very flexible with allowing you time to get all your work in.
We are back on the OH Oral Surgery and Dental Implant pregame show. Josh Banks and Lynn Passett along with you from Leipsic High School. Vikings taking the field here. Mohawk already took the field while we are away on our break. And it's time to take a look at our keys for the game tonight. And we'll start with the Mohawk Warriors.
Yeah, and Lynn, I think it's really kind of what they've had to do the first 2 weeks. You have to be upset-minded. You're on the road against a 3 seed, one of the best teams in the BBC. And you want to run the football, you better win in the trenches against this Leipsic defense.
Well, and one thing's for sure, you mentioned the BBC. If you were looking at the scores and you saw how badly Leipsic was hammered by the league-winning Liberty Benton Eagles, you might think, wow. But Liberty Benton is leaving the BBC at the end of this season because they are so much bigger than every school in that conference. That's the big disparity between these two teams. Then let's look at the keys to victory for the Leipsic Vikings.
And there's some of the same. I mean, listen, you're a great defensive team. You have to win up front. That's what it comes down to in high school football, Lynn. If you win up front, you've got a great chance to win the game. And the one thing that Mohawk has yet to see this year is a team that's going to air it out like Mark Kirkendall and these Vikings are going to do.
And air it out they are going to do. We talked about Kirkendall earlier, and he's not shy to put it in the air, and he's got 3 receivers that he really likes to go to. Avery Paris, who we mentioned in our spotlight, Aaron Hazelton, who will catch the ball out of the backfield occasionally, and then Marquise Williams, who will go from a running back to a slot back and sometimes even move out wide as well. So they have 3 main receivers that he likes to throw to, but he'll look all over the field, and he's not afraid to change the play.
Well, and that's what you were talking about. We were talking about that before we came on the air, Lynn. You said that this young man's knowledge of the game and ability to read a defense pre-snap is what makes him so special, and I can't wait to see that tonight. And on the other side of things, you've got a Mohawk team with the leading rusher in the Northern 10 in Caden Bish, and you've got the N10 Offensive Player of the Year under center in Andon Klaus. So it's going to be a battle of 2 offenses tonight, and it's going to be really fun to see which defense can play up to their ability, as these are 2 great defenses statistically on both sides of the ball.
Well, Leipsic is going to be kicking off as we look at the field tonight. From left to right will be Leipsic, right to left will be Mohawk here to begin things. And for Mohawk, they've got a couple of guys. Caden Bish is back deep, and also back deep is Owen Petrazzi. So those are 2 names you're going to hear a lot and often tonight because both are running backs and both are excellent runners.
Yeah, Caden Bish, again, you know, he's averaging 10-plus yards per carry and 128 yards per game. And, I mean, here's the thing. You play 10 games in high school football, Lynn. He's got 22 touchdowns. He's averaging over 2 touchdowns per contest as a high school running back.
Beautiful night here at Leipsic. I think we had a high temperature today of around 61. We're at 55 degrees here at kickoff in the first full week of November. So can't ask for any better conditions than this.
Couldn't ask for a better night for weather and couldn't ask for a better place, as this facility here at Leipsic is one of the nicest I've been to this year.
And a line drive is going to be taken by Bish across the 30. And across the 35 and near the 37-yard line, and that's where Mohawk will take over 1st and 10. We mentioned the Warriors were 5-2 in the Northern 10 Conference. They're 9-2 overall. They're led by their head coach, Eric Daniel. He's in his 6th season as the head coach, and he has a overall record of 42 wins and 33 losses.
Yeah, this Mohawk team really wasn't expected to be here this year, Lynn. They lost a lot of seniors last year, but this senior class they have this year has really shown that, hey, the seniors from last year weren't the only ones, as Andon Klaus is in the gun.
Klaus will fake the handoff, and he's under pressure, slings it right side and throws a bounce pass. It was intended that time for his wide receiver out on the right side, Mason Schimpf.
Yeah, and that's great pressure there by the Leipsic defense.
So Mohawk comes out throwing on this opening play. I think Leipsic probably was assuming that the run was coming at them, and now Mohawk finds themselves behind the count, 2nd down and 10. Klaus in the shotgun, Bish beside him, and this time Bish takes the handoff, and he is met at the line of scrimmage by that defensive front. maybe a gain of 1 for the Warriors. It'll be, well, they're going to give him almost 2 out across the 39-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, and it's a great job there by the Vikings defensive line, and that's what I seen last week with this Mohawk team. Their front 5 on the offensive line really won the line of scrimmage. Leipsic, the first 2 plays tonight, they've won on the line of scrimmage, and it's a big 3rd down now.
And one of the first to get there, Colin Foreman for Leipsic on that 2nd down play. And now we see Klaus putting it up in the air, putting some wind underneath it, but it's out of bounds, and that'll be a 3 and out for this Leipsic defense.
Yeah, and that's a great start for Leipsic. You go 3 and out to start the game. Your offense now is going to take the field. But here's the thing. I seen the same thing last week out of this Warrior offense. They came out against Montpelier. They went 3 and out, and then they put up 28 straight after that first 3 and out. This is not the same team that they played last week, because this Leipsic defense is way better than what they've seen. But this isn't going to stymie their offense at all.
A couple of players back deep for the Leipsic Vikings. Aaron Hazelton is one of them. A line drive kick, and it's going to be fielded by Avery Paris, and he is met by the Warrior special teams unit, and his forward progress is done, and finally they blow him dead around the 33-yard line.
Yeah, they let that play go on a little bit longer, I think, than they should have, Lynn. They let him get an extra couple yards from forward progress when he had an entire pile on top of him.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see right away from Leipsic. Will they, on 1st down, do the unexpected, or will they come out and just start slinging the ball all over the field?
I mean, if you're Mohawk, you're playing a cover 2, cover 3 type look against this Leipsic team. You don't want to let anything over the top, as Avery Paris had 10 touchdowns on the season, 2nd in the BVC. They're in gun.
Marquise Williams is off to the side, and he'll move this side of the quarterback, Mark Kirkendall. Kirkendall is 5'11", 172 pounds, only a sophomore. Thrown for over 2,200 yards, and the handoff goes to Marquise Williams, and he finds some running room out of near the 40-yard line before he's shut down at the 39.
Yeah, and that's kind of expect the unexpected. Mohawk came out and threw it on the first play, and Leipsic comes out and hands it off to Williams on the first play.
6 yards on 1st down, 2nd and short. That kind of opens up the playbook for head coach Joe Kirkendall, the father of the quarterback, Mark Kirkendall. 3 wideouts to the top of the screen for the Vikings, and a tight end on this lower side of the formation, and Kirkendall will hand it off again, and this is Marquise Williams again, only this time only about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, he kind of slipped coming out of the backfield, Lynn. He tried to plant and take that first cut inside. His foot came out from underneath him, still managed to fall forward for maybe 1 yard. So it looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 3, but when you've got the offense that Leipsic has, 3rd and 3 is not a problem at all.
Had quite a bit of rain, almost a 1/2 inch at least in Findlay, where I live, which is a little south and east of Leipsic. So the turf probably going to be a little moist out there, but the cutting really shouldn't be too much of a problem when you get outside the hashes. And we've got a timeout being taken by the Vikings of Leipsic on this 3rd and short, so we'll take a timeout as well. We are early in the first quarter, still 9:36 remaining. You're watching the OH Report live and free from Leipsic.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients, they'll test them afterwards as well, and they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease, we have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
Well, on 3rd down and 2, the handoff is made to Aaron Hazelton, and he is buried for a loss of 2 on that play for Leipsic. It'll bring up 4th down and almost 5 for the Leipsic Vikings. And the Mohawk Warriors get a 3 now.
Yeah, Owen Patrizzi came through from his linebacker spot and made a big TFL. And now you've got Leipsic back to punt. And now both teams going 3 and out early.
Back to kick for Leipsic is David, and a fair catch being signaled by Mohawk, and now they let it bounce, and boy, does that take a huge Leipsic bounce.
How about the punt there from David?
I've got that around a 56-yard punt.
Yeah, I was going to say 56, 57-yard punt for the young man. You can't flip the field any better than that, Lynn.
So Mohawk has the field completely flipped on them, and they're going to start things at their own 5-yard line.
And this is a big drive for the Warriors. They just flipped the field on you. If you're Mohawk, you have got to get the ball moving. You cannot afford to go 3 and out from this position.
Klaus and Bish in the backfield. The handoff goes to Bish, and that Leipsic defense smothers him at the line of scrimmage. Absolutely no gain again for Mohawk. And again, one of the first to get in there, number 78, Colin Foreman.
Yeah, that was Jackson Spitnell, though, that came in to make the tackle. And this Leipsic defense, again, we talked about it, as Spitnell came in untouched through the defensive line from his linebacker position. You got to be able to be versatile if you're Mohawk, and we have seen them twice now. They tried to throw it. Klaus has gotten out of the pocket and got pressured, and Bish has had no gain on 2 carries.
2nd down, 10. We'll almost say 11 now for the Warriors at their own 5. Klaus with the jet sweep, and this is going to be beneficial for Mohawk, running the ball that time all the way out to near the, well, let's see, 12 or 13-yard line.
Mason Schimpf. Kind of that dual-type threat player. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball. Haven't really seen him get too many targets, but Klaus on a 3rd and 3.
So Mason Schimpf gets at least a 3rd and manageable 2 yards to go for the Warriors. Ball at the 13-yard line. Klaus will keep it himself, and not much there. Good defensive play by Levi.
We'll see where they spot it.
Check that, Aaron Hazelton.
Yeah, Hazelton makes a great play. This is all going to depend on the spot, as he was met immediately, got a little bit extra push, but they're going to call it 4th down. And if you're Mohawk, now you have, I mean, listen, it's 4th and not even a yard, but you cannot go for this in the first quarter. You have to punt it away and hope your defense holds.
4th down and about the length of the football, as Klaus was brought down shy of the 1st down, and Klaus will now go into punt formation, standing right at his own goal line.
And the always dangerous Avery Parrish back to return. I mean, you can't, almost a bad snap.
And a line drive, and Paris lets it bounce, but picks it up at his own 48 and gets into Mohawk territory to the 45, and that's where Leipsic will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, and like we talked about, you know, both these offenses are very, very talented, but we're seeing in this first half of the first quarter, these defenses might be better, and they are so far as advertised. Now, can Mohawk come out and do the exact same thing they did on drive number 1? Unfortunately, they weren't able to flip the field like Leipsic did, as Leipsic will start inside of Mohawk territory.
Well, Leipsic is the type of team that they can strike quickly, and sometimes when you have a turnover on downs like this and you actually have it in the plus territory, you go take a shot at the end zone. We'll see whether or not Mark Kirkendall decides to do that.
They're going to come out 3 wide, 3 receivers.
Kirkendall firing it near side, but well over the head of his intended receiver, Avery Paris. Good defensive play as well for Mohawk.
Levi
Till was out there to play defense, but that ball was well overshot by Kirkendall.
And I tell you what, Lynn, if that ball is on target, it might be 6, because Paris had a step on that DB.
He definitely had separation on his defender. 2nd and 10 now at the Mohawk 45. 6.5 minutes remaining opening quarter here from Leipsic.
Mohawk shows pressure.
And Kirkendall shows he's going to throw. Got his man, Paris. First down yardage, and then he drops the football. It went forward.
They're going to call him down.
Yep, and Leipsic is recovered anyhow. That's our first down of the ball game for either team. And that's a gain of 16 on that play.
That's a Sycamore Telephone Company first down on your scoreboard, folks. And how about Kirkendall there? That's such a timing route when you run that quick curl route. He threw that on the money. Paris makes the guy miss. And I tell you what, he got ankle tackled there. He's in the end zone for 6.
Very nice timing pattern right there, as Kirkendall and Paris have obviously hooked up many a time on that formation for the Vikings.
Now they're going to come out empty. First time we've seen them go empty tonight.
1st and 10 at the Mohawk 29. Kirkendall keeps it himself. He's not been a huge runner all season, and you can see why. Doesn't really have a high gear to turn into, and that's a short gain of maybe a yard.
Yeah, some QB on QB crime there as Klaus is going to step up and make the tackle on Kirkendall. But here's the thing. He may not have got positive yards there, Lynn, but now Mohawk has to keep that idea in the back of their head that, hey, we do got a couple designs for him to keep it. You've got to keep an eye on him, and that's what's so dangerous in high school football. If you've got a quarterback that's got any type of mobility and you have to spy, that takes a defender away from a receiver or a running back.
Vikings with one wide out to each side. Marquise Williams will be in the backfield, and he'll go out on the flat. Kirkendall spots his man and hits Paris at the 20-yard line. That's going to be near another Viking first down.
Yeah, and again, it's a timing route. It's an out pattern that Kirkendall times, throws a great ball that only Paris can get to. And here's the thing. He threw that into a zone-type coverage where there was no Mohawk defenders at.
3rd down and 1. You have to figure this is 2-down territory now for the Vikings. Mohawk with a 4-man front. And they jump off sides, and that's going to give Leipsic an automatic first down. That'll be the first penalty of the ball game for either team. It is offsides against Mohawk.
Not what you want if you're Coach Daniel and the Warriors, as your defense was kind of doing its job and holding up, and now you're giving this Viking squad a first down inside the red zone.
They started this drive at the 45 of Mohawk, and they have now moved it down to the 15, so 30 yards of progress and a new set of downs, 1st and 10 from the 15. Kirkendall with the inside handoff on the jet sweep, and not much there for Marquise Williams. He averaged 8.2 yards per carry this season, 85 yards a game, and he actually lost a yard on that run.
And again, it's a great job. Again, it's defense, defense, defense. Which defense is going to kind of collapse first and allow that first score? That might be the difference in the game, is which team gets on the scoreboard first.
Well, each team has now run that reverse jet sweep, if you want to call it that, and neither team has gotten much out of it. 2nd and long now for Kirkendall and the Vikings. He's eyeing his man in the end zone, and he's got him. Paris wide open for the touchdown, and that one comes from 15 yards.
And you know what's more impressive about that is the faith that Mark Kirkendall had in his receiver. As you'll see on the Janich replay, Paris slipped initially out of his route. He still trusts the corner route, and Paris goes up for his 11th touchdown catch of the season.
He's got a nice set of hands, and Leipsic strikes first here in the opening quarter.
As that could be a difference maker, and when you get inside the 15-yard line and you can throw a corner route to your best receiver, you're going to be dangerous all season long.
Vikings are lining up as if they're going to go for 2. This will be Hazelton lining up beside the quarterback, Kirkendall. Looking right, he's hit as he throws it. His man slips. Paris went down, and it will fall incomplete. But we have our first score in this Division VII regional quarterfinal matchup. The Vikings strike first. They lead Mohawk 6-0.
I'm Steve Krall, president of First Federal Community Bank, And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
I'm an adult learner, so I had to balance my work and my school. And the fact that NC State has online classes, hybrid classes, especially the instructors are very flexible with allowing you time to get all your work in.
Six 0 Leipsic scoring first in this regional quarterfinal matchup. 3 minutes 30 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. A 15-yard pass from Mark Kirkendall to Avery Paris from 15 yards out, and now it's Mohawk receiving at about the 22-yard line all the way out to the 40. Nice return to the 41, and that's where the Warriors of Mohawk will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the problem, Lynn. That's a great drive by Leipsic. They forced Mohawk to not be able to flip the field. Their defense did its job. You punched one in. Now, if you're the Vikings and Coach Kirkendall, one more stop could really flip this game in your favor. But Mohawk is going to have to do something offensively. I don't think they have a first down yet.
Nope. No first downs, 1 penalty. All right, this will be Klaus, and he's joined in the backfield by Bish. He has yet to connect on a pass, and he's looking down the middle of the field, and it's nearly picked off as Paris was all over the intended receiver, Levi Till.
Yeah, and it's thrown behind Teal. Teal had a step on Paris on the post route. Klaus throws it just a hair behind him, and that thrown it a hair behind him almost led to a turnover.
I did misspeak as, well, Klaus is 3 out of 4 for 2 yards. Oh, no, that's a rush. So he has not connected on a pass. That was his first attempt, and it's now 2nd down and 10. This will be Bish. Across the 40 to the 42, and the Viking defense once again sniffing that one out, and looks like number 21, David is the guy who kind of got a hold of his shirt and just kind of slung him to the ground.
And it's a great kind of misdirection counterplay call there by Coach Daniel and the Warrior offense, but it's just showing you how good this front four is for the Vikings.
3rd down and 8 for the Warriors at their own 43-yard line. Klaus will fake the handoff, go play action over the middle of the field. He's got a completion. It's good for a first down to the Leipsic 40-yard line.
And there's his favorite target, Levi Teal.
Gain of 19 on that play.
Another Sycamore Telephone Company first down, the first one for Mohawk. And now, can they drive down the field, 2:20 left in the first quarter, win and answer that Viking touchdown?
Well, Leipsic was hoping for a 3 and out. They were almost there, 3rd and 8, but Klaus connects for a big gainer. And Bish now with the carry, breaks a tackle, stiff arms a man at the 31, breaks another tackle inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line, and another Mohawk first down.
And that's the elusiveness and the strength of Caden Bish, as you see the grown man stiff arm on the outside, and now you're 1st and 10 from inside the 20 for Mohawk. The field shrinks. This is where Leipsic can kind of take advantage of Mohawk's inability to throw the football.
Gain of 27 on that play for Bish, and a second Mohawk first down on this drive. As you mentioned, 1st and 10 inside the 15 at about the 13 for the Warriors. This is Klaus off the fake handoff to Bish, and the Leipsic defense reads that one perfectly. Maddox Newell there to make the tackle for the Vikings.
Yeah, again, it's a great job by the front four. Here's the thing with Leipsic that I'm already seeing. Their front four does such a good job of holding their offensive linemen per se, and it allows the linebackers to find the gaps and go make the tackles.
Second down and long. It's kind of where Mohawk has lived all night.
Yeah.
Bish just to the right of Klaus. 3 receivers to the right. He'll play action over the middle. Man falls down, and it's picked off by the Vikings.
And he's got a wall.
Avery all the way out to the 29-yard line. Avery Paris with the interception.
He was trying to get it to Brant Kieran. Kieran, again, just like we seen Paris do in the other end zone, falls down, and it leads to a turnover. And now, if you're the Vikings, you have every bit of momentum in this game, and it's still only the first quarter.
First turnover of the ball game, and they spot the football exactly at the 30-yard line. So a nice return by Avery Paris for Leipsic. He knew exactly what to do once his hands were on the football. He's had his hands on that pigskin a lot tonight.
Yeah, he's had it a lot. He comes away with the first touchdown of the evening, and now he comes away with the first turnover of the evening.
52 seconds remaining first quarter. A lot of times after the turnover, you'll go for the big hitter, and that's exactly what Kirkendall wanted, but nothing there. He'll take off running. He's got first down yardage across the 40 and out near the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 12.
Yeah, he wanted to go deep to Paris. It was great coverage by Teal on the outside, and Mark does a great job of realizing that, getting positive yards, getting a first down, and getting out of bounds.
And a great job of recognizing that all my receivers had flooded the whole right side of the field. That meant the entire left side of the field was wide open to run.
Well, and I want to say, from what I just looked at, I think the only option he had down the field was Paris. I think everybody else kind of stayed home to block.
6 seconds on the play clock. Kirkendall gets the snap and hands it off to Hazelton, and he is out to near the 46-yard line. That'll be a gain of 5 and bring up third down and 5. And
we'll see if they even run another play.
Yeah,
they do not have to.
Yep, they may not even want to run another play. Entertaining first quarter here at Leipsic. Warriors were threatening to tie this ball game up until Klaus threw a pick inside his own 5-yard line, or the Leipsic 5-yard line, and now the Vikings trying to take over after that turnover. Kirkendall's got his man all the way down to the 7-yard line.
And how about the throw from Kirkendall downfield? This young man is a sophomore, is already showing his talent. And you can't ask for a better way than the first quarter win.
47 yards on the completion to Paris once again. And that will end the opening quarter here at Leipsic. The Vikings are threatening as we come back live and free on the OH Report.
I'm Steve Krall, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
I'm an adult learner, so I had to balance my work and my school. And the fact that NC State has online classes, hybrid classes, especially the instructors are very flexible with allowing you time to get all your work in.
At Leipsic, Lynn Passett and Josh Banks along with you on the OH Report. First and goal for the Leipsic Vikings at the Mohawk 8-yard line after a 40-yard pitch and catch from Kirkendall to Marquise Williams. Perfectly thrown ball. He put a lot of air under that thing and just let Williams run underneath it.
Yeah, and Williams just blew by the defender. I want to say it was Teal on that edge. He blows by him, shows his athleticism, his speed.
Now we'll see the handoff to Hazelton. He breaks a tackle, gets inside the 5, down near the 4-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 5.
And if you're Leipsic, now you're in a situation where you've aired it out, you know you can throw it, come out, run the ball a couple times, and don't be surprised to see that exact same play again in the red zone, that corner route to the goal line, to the post for Paris.
Leipsic trying to put together back-to-back drives for touchdowns and break the hearts of this Mohawk defense. Play clock inside of 10. Kirkendall observes the defense. High snap, hands it off, and we might have had a legal procedure.
Start,
I think we saw somebody move for Leipsic, and the Vikings only average 4 penalties a ball game. This will be their first tonight.
How about that, though? How about just the confidence and their ability to just play the game the right way? That's got to make Coach Kirkendall ecstatic. 4 penalties per game, that's unheard of.
Very disciplined team. Going to see David checking in now for Leipsic. Brings in the play from head coach Joe Kirkendall. Second and goal now, back to the original line of scrimmage, basically just inside the 10 at about the 9. And Kirkendall's going to keep it right up the gut, and he kind of slipped and went down on his knee close to the 5, so a gain of about 4.
Yeah, again, you almost got your penalty yardage back. You get 4, but that's, again, another slip on the field. We've seen it happen to Mohawk. We've seen it happen numerous times to both teams. That might have cost Leipsic a touchdown.
Well, the Vikings have no real field goal kicking game, so it's basically 2-down territory to get 4 yards for the Vikings. And they're coming out in a double tight end formation now with 1 wide out to the right. Kirkendall's going to roll opposite his right hand, and he keeps it, and he's brought down at the 4-yard line. No real gain. What a great play defensively.
Patrizzi seen it. He stayed with him, made the shoestring tackle, prevented the touchdown, and now you're 3rd and goal. This Mohawk team needs a goal line stand here, Lynn.
It's 4th and goal right
4th
now.
and goal,
yeah,
okay.
4th and goal at the 4, and Mohawk's defense starting to flex its muscles a bit here.
Well, and this is where they're good. You know, you're kind of in a situation where you expect them to run the football. This is what they've seen all season long.
Don't be surprised if we maybe see a quick slant now.
Quick screen maybe to Paris.
There's the slant. It wasn't there. He goes to his other option, and it's deflected away. Nice job defensively by Mohawk, number 4, Mason Schimpf, who batted that ball away. And Mohawk has stopped the Vikings, who had it 1st and goal at the 9, and it's now a turnover on downs.
And now if you're Mohawk, you are in a situation where that's as good as I'd call it a punt. I mean, yes, you didn't put points on the board, but you just gave Mohawk the ball inside their own 5.
Kirkendall, 4 out of 6 for 87 yards. And now Mohawk backed up into their own territory for the 2nd time tonight. They have not had good starting field position. Klaus hands it off and actually keeps it himself and motors his way out near the 9, so a gain of about 4 for Klaus on the opening down, and we've got a Warrior down. Looks like one of their linemen possibly hurt on that play.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to see if you're Coach Daniel and the Warriors.
So a rush of about 4 yards on that play for Klaus. He's carried the ball 4 times for 6 yards. Looks like this is going to take some time. We'll take a break. We are in the 2nd quarter. Leipsic leads Mohawk 6-0. You're watching live and free on the OH Report.
I'm Steve Krall, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
I'm an adult learner, so I had to balance my work and my school. And the fact that NC State has online classes, hybrid classes, especially the instructors are very flexible with allowing you time to get all your work in.
Some rather devastating news for the Mohawk Warriors, at least for the moment, as running back Caden Bish went down on that last play. We thought maybe it was one of the linemen, but it was in fact their leading ball carrier on the running game, Caden Bish. He did walk off under his own power, so let's hope that he's going to be able to return to the ball game. As for Mohawk, 2nd down, 5 now, ball at just inside their own 10-yard line.
It'll be Owen Patrizzi coming into the backfield with Klaus now.
And Klaus will hand it off, and he spots, ooh, he gets ripped hard at about the 12 or 13-yard line. Wow, a double hit that time.
I believe our buddy Zach Truax would call that a woo hit.
Wow. That was a wow hit.
Great job again, just the front for Leipsic. They've had one big run. Bish had a big run that got them into scoring territory, and they were unable to do anything with it. With him on the sideline now, they don't really have that threat of that speed to be able to make those big plays. Now they're going to have to air it out.
That was Riley Kaufman on the carry. He got 4, and it's 3rd down and a short 1. And Klaus looked like he wanted to take it way outside, but decided to cut it up, and the Leipsic defense was right there, and I think he's short. It looks like it's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1, and now you've got a decision to make if you're Coach Daniel. Again, can you really afford down 6-0 to go for it in this territory? No, but your defense is playing well enough to where is it worth taking the chance 7 minutes before half? It might be.
I think the logical play is what he's doing right now, and that's punting the football.
I completely agree. I don't think it's not a win or lose situation in this ball game yet.
Make that Paris is back to return. He averages 14 yards a return. He takes it at his 44. He's inside the 30, inside the 20, inside the 10, and he'll return it for a touchdown, Vikings. 44 yards.
Avery Paris has both scores for the Vikings tonight. And how about that return? That is a difference maker for Leipsic.
Well, hindsight being 20/20, now you're saying, I guess I should have went for it, because even if we don't make it, at least they didn't score.
Well, and that's kind of your Achilles heel there. If you're Mohawk, you've got the threat of Paris back there returning it. If you're going to punt it, you punt it away from him. You don't give him an opportunity to catch it in open space like they did right there. As there was no coverage down there for the Warriors. He had 20 yards before a guy even put a hand on him.
And now we'll see the 2-point conversion for Leipsic. Remember, they failed on their first one, which made it 6-0. We're now at 12-0. And Kirkendall probably going to put it in the air, and he will. He'll look left side. He's got his man. It's wide open, and that is a 2-point conversion for the Leipsic Vikings as Bill will make that. Mil Pananigua gets the catch from his tight end position, and it's 14-0.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a perfect play call for Leipsic if you think about it. They've went Paris, they went to all their receivers. You go a play action, tight end, little fake block, slip out, wide open, nobody on him. And now we're in a very, very interesting spot for Mohawk, Lynn. as you're down 14-0, your offense hasn't done anything with the ball yet. The last thing you want is this Vikings team to get the ball back with the chance to go up 3 scores before half, especially because they get the ball back at half.
Yeah, it could be a double dipper for the Leipsic Vikings if they're able to force a 3 and out. The other thing that's really hurt Mohawk has been field position.
Yep.
They've only had the ball 3 times. Their opening possession started it with decent field position, but they forced a 3 and out, and then it was inside their own 10 for their next 2 possessions.
And that's been the story of the night. They had the big play where Bish got him inside the 20. They were unable to capitalize. Klaus threw the pick to Paris. How about the night he's had? A receiving touchdown, a punt return touchdown, and an INT on defense. Hey, we may not even have to talk about a player of the game the way this way it's going.
Right now it's going to be a unanimous decision, yes. And remember, Mohawk is without one of their returners, Caden Bish, right now. So they have Schimpf, and it looks like Patrizi is back as well. Kind of a line drive. Patrizi's going to let it bounce out of bounds, and that will be a penalty against the Leipsic Vikings. So good field position now for the Mohawk Warriors as they're tired of facing the shadow of their own goalpost.
They've started, I want to say, almost every drive inside of the 20 so far tonight.
And they're going
to make them kick it again.
They're going to ask for them to kick it again, knowing that Leipsic really does not have a true kicker. Mil Panigua is doing the kicking for Leipsic, and this time he'll do it from his own 35 rather than the 40.
And now you're looking at potentially even better field position if you're the Warriors, forcing them to kick it again.
Second penalty of the night against the Vikings. As we mentioned earlier, they only average 4 a ball game. Each have been of the 5-yard variety, so 2 penalties for 10 yards against Leipsic. And now Panigua will try it once again. This time the line drive is fielded by the Warriors at their own 40. And
in Klaus.
Klaus, the quarterback, gets it out across the midfield stripe into Leipsic territory for the start of this possession, a return of about 11 yards.
Yeah, and some of their better starting field position of the night is, again, I do not see Caden Bish coming out onto the field with the Warrior offense. It's Owen Patrizi in that running back spot, number 34.
Yeah, I'm kind of scouring the sidelines of Mohawk, and I'm not even seeing Bish anywhere. He may be seated right behind the main part of the players who are standing, and we just simply can't see him. But Klaus takes the high snap again. He kind of has a hard time with footing, and he's able to get it back to the line of scrimmage, and they'll give him maybe the length of the football, and that's about it.
I want to say that was probably supposed to be a handoff to Patrizi. The high snap got everything out of sync, but this offense, they're going to give him a yard. But this offense has been unable to get any type of footing and get anything going to swing any type of momentum.
6 carries for 17 yards for Klaus so far tonight. Second down, and Leipsic is all over him. He's going to have to run for it, and he's chased out of bounds around the 47-yard line, which will be a gain of 2.
Yeah, he'll gain 2. And this is where, if you're Leipsic, as Aiden Patrizi was in the backfield, you can kind of bring that pressure. You don't have the worry of Bish in the backfield getting the handoff anymore. Pin your ears back, come after Klaus, and force him to beat you with his arm.
And number 4, Preston Schroeder, was the last Viking to really make sure that Klaus got himself out of bounds. So 3rd down and 8 from their Leipsic 47. And Klaus rolling, looking, under pressure, and he's going to be sacked all the way back at the 42-yard line. That's a loss of 10.
Brant David has been a menace on the defensive line here in the first half as he'll come away with that sack. This Mohawk O-line has not been able to stop number 21.
Well, you also have to give credit where credit is due, and the Leipsic defensive backfield. That was kind of a coverage sack. He couldn't find anybody open and had to just basically hold onto the football and eat it.
Yep, and he did exactly what he's supposed to do. You don't throw a pick, you eat that there, but now guess what? You're giving it right back to this Viking offense who has found its rhythm.
And 6 minutes still to play, and a line drive that nearly picked off the head of one of the Vikings. And in returning, it is Aaron Hazelton, and he's tripped up on the far side and brought down around the 32 or 33-yard line.
Now, I want you to take a look at this replay, Lynn. Everybody's complaining that this should have been a horse collar. You're a former official. How do you feel?
Looked kind of like one, yeah. It looked like he was inside the shoulder pads.
It looked like normally in that situation, if it's a jersey tackle, you see that jersey tug. There was no jersey tug there. That hand got inside the back of the shoulder pads and absolutely should have been called a horse collar. But here's the thing, with this Leipsic offense right now, I don't think it's going to make a difference.
They are chomping at the bit right now to get back out there and show what they can do. And I think right now the quarterback, Mark Kirkendall, probably sees what we see, and that is Mohawk cannot keep up with his receivers. They are getting separation.
He's got Paris on a one-on-one out here near side by us.
34-yard line to start this drive. The handoff goes to the running back for a gain of about 3, and that would be Hazelton.
And here's the question. If you're Leipsic, are you eventually going to catch? Mohawk has been playing straight man-to-man all night long. You've got the athletes in Washington and Paris to blow by man-to-man coverage. There's no safety help over the top for the Warriors. They're trusting their corners to run with the athletes of the Vikings.
Well, they've got 10-yard separation on the wideouts, too, so they've got a 10-yard head start right from the line of scrimmage. And they go back to the ground game and busting it through. And taking it the distance is going to be Marquise Williams, brought down at the 20-yard line.
And how about the get low, lower your stature, use your power, and break off a big one on the ground for the Vikings.
44 yards for Marquise Williams. That gives him 51 yards on 4 carries tonight.
And how about the 44-yard reception just before the end of the first quarter? Almost 100 yards of total offense for the young man.
6th first down of the ball game. That's a Sycamore telephone first down. 1st and 10 now for Leipsic at the 22-yard line. Wow, the pitch to Hazelton. Slow developing play, he'll get 2.
And that's kind of one of those wide tosses. It's a zone toss is what it is. You're hoping that your defense or your O-line can get out there, get a couple blocks. That play is reliant on your tight end that motioned over, getting a backer, and that receiver holding a corner. Unfortunately, Andon Klaus made the tackle, which means that tight end did not get his assignment.
Not sure Kirkendall meant to put as much air under that pitch as
at
he did.
all. No,
but
sir.
It kind of put Hazelton a little bit behind the 8 ball because he had to sit and wait on that ball, and he couldn't catch it immediately and start using his vision. 2nd down and 8, Kirkendall.
He's got plenty of time.
Surveys the field, fires, and it's batted away nicely by Levi Till of Mohawk.
Yeah, it's a great defensive play there by Teal as Kirkendall tried to get it to Paris again, looking for Avery Paris. But, I mean, here's the thing. Is it really your 3rd and 8? You haven't had an issue getting those types of yards since that first 3 and out.
So far on the night, Mark Kirkendall 4 out of 7 for 87 yards and a touchdown. Third down, 8. You have to figure 2-down territory. Kirkendall's going to keep it. He is mashed at about the 15-yard line, which will leave them about 2, maybe 3 yards shy of the first down.
And that's one of those plays, if you're Coach Kirkendall, where it's let's run a play that's going to get us 4 or 5 yards and make it 4th and manageable. We know we don't have a kicker. We know we're going for it. Get as close to that first down marker as you can and give us an opportunity to convert on 4th down.
Kirkendall over 100 yards of total offense. He's got 87 in the air, 21 on the ground. 4th down and a long 4 for the Vikings.
as I will get to all of you on Facebook.
Play clock is down to 1, and Coach Kirkendall says we'll take a timeout to talk things over. We will take a break here. Vikings on top 14-0, threatening for more before halftime. You're watching live and free on the OH Report.
I'm Steve Krall, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yes!
I'm an adult learner, so I had to balance my work and my school. And the fact that NC State has online classes, hybrid classes, especially the instructors are very flexible with allowing you time to get all your work in.
Lynn Passett, Josh Banks, along with you from Leipsic High School. Tonight's Division VII regional quarterfinal matchup between Mohawk and Leipsic. The Vikings on top 14-0. They face 4th down and 4, and they are at the Mohawk 16-yard line. Kirkendall looking under pressure, fires it away, and it's going to be incomplete, just out of the outstretched hands of his wide receiver, Aaron Hazelton. Mohawk getting good pressure on that 4th down play and forcing him to throw it a little quicker than he wanted to.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If you're Mohawk, that's a big stop for you defensively. You prevented them from scoring. You've now got 2:53 to go down and put points on the board. If you're the Warriors and Coach Daniel, you have to score before halftime to keep this one close.
We saw Kirkendall hit 4 consecutive passes for 87 yards. Now he has missed his last 3 passes since those 4 in a row were completed. And now Mohawk takes over, and they are going to take a timeout. No, Leipsic actually ends up taking a defensive timeout. We'll keep things right here, as what a beautiful night. We talked about this earlier. Weather-wise, for the 7th day of November, you can't ask for much more. Still 55 degrees almost at halftime.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night. And I tell you what, Lynn, you and I both enjoy what we do here with the OH Report, and we could not do it without the support of our amazing sponsors. And we're going to go ahead and thank them right now. Janich. From wisdom teeth to dental implants, Janich Oral Surgery delivers expert care with a personal touch because they're privately owned, not a chain. Visit janich-oral.surgery.com or call us at 740-389-2100. Klaus Construction, your design, build, general contractor. Scout Construction. With more than a decade of business, you can trust Scout Construction with your roofing and siding needs. Call Scout Construction for more information, 419-989-7240. STC, Sycamore Telephone Company. STC proudly offers fiber optic internet in the Mohawk and Upper Sandusky communities. First National Bank of Sycamore, community-based, community-focused. Let's build dreams together. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen path. And we got one more to thank, but we're back to play, so we'll get them in a second.
1st and 10, Mohawk. Klaus back to throw under heavy pressure. He evades the rush, and he's got some running room across the 30, or across the 20, now across the 30 to the 32-yard line. 1st down, Mohawk.
And that's a big play for the Warriors as Klaus had all kinds of pressure in his face. He evades the pressure and gains a big play for the Warriors, and they're moving the ball very meticulously. They've got to try to go a little quicker if they're going to put points on the board.
3rd first down of this first half for the Warriors. They've been pretty much stymied offensively most of the evening. Klaus now back to throw, rolls left against the pressure, fires, bounces it on a short skip to his intended receiver, John Stansberry.
And that's kind of something that I've seen personally the last 2 or 3 times I've covered Mohawk. Klaus really not comfortable planting that back foot and letting it rip. He throws off his front foot a lot, doesn't get the proper power behind his throw, and we see a lot of them bounce because of it.
2:22 left before halftime, and this is where head coach Eric Daniel has to make a decision. Do I want to try to score on this drive, or do I now want to start to work the clock? After this play, he may be working clock. Klaus, quick throw, near side, has his man Schimpf out across the 40 to the 41. That's going to be just shy of a Mohawk first down. It'll be third down and about 3.
Yeah, and Schimpf kind of that speedster for this team. He catches the quick little bubble screen, gets the edge, and now you're 3rd and 1.
Klaus is 2 out of 5 for 26 yards and an interception.
Haven't seen him really connect with his favorite target yet. That's Levi Teal, and that's because of the defense from Marquise Williams.
Big 3rd and 1. Clock continuing to run, and Mohawk does move.
Who are they going to call it on?
Yeah, Leipsic actually moved first.
They're going to call the false start.
Yep, they're going to nail the Warriors, their second penalty of the night.
So they're going to say that the left tackle movement is what forced the defensive lineman to jump.
I kind of felt like Leipsic moved,
I agree.
and then he moved because of them.
I agree, sir. I agree.
Clock is stymied at 2:16. This is a big call because you don't get the first down here. You're giving the ball back to Leipsic with 2 minutes plus. Klaus will keep it, and he'll be tripped up at his own 36-yard line, a loss of 2.
Yeah, and that's, again, it's the defense. It's a great job by Preston Schroeder makes the initial contact, and then Miles Camarino comes in to make the cleanup. And now, like you just said, Lynn, now you're punting
kind of
with 2 minutes to go.
Surprised Leipsic is not taking a timeout. Mohawk's going to let this play clock run, and they're going to get it down to around 1:25 before they have to kick.
Hey, here's the thing. Avery Paris already has 1 punt return for a touchdown.
He does, and he's back there wringing his hands, hoping for more. And this is a high, booming kick taken by Avery Paris, and he's down at his own 25-yard line. They'll mark him at the 26.
I want to say, and you'll see it here on a Yonich replay, he has a very good opportunity to come all the way back across the field. Does he not lose his footing? Because everybody was crashing hard. His speed, if he catches that cleanly and gets a break, you never know.
That's the first time we've seen Klaus actually get one up in the air and get some hang time. All of his other kicks tonight have been line drives that almost have bounced off the heads of linemen.
It bounced off the heads of linemen. The one that Parrish returned for a touchdown almost hit a Warrior that was all the way down the field in the back of the head.
So now we'll see whether head coach Joe Kirkendall wants to try and make something happen before halftime, or if he's content with a 14-0 lead. They're looking to throw. Kirkendall with time. It's running out, though, and he'll fire it near side well over the head of his intended receiver, Avery Paris, who already has 3 receptions on the night. Stops the clock at 1:15. Kirkendall is now misfired on his last 4 in a row after hitting 4 in a row.
It's been kind of like we had the coverage sack with Klaus earlier. It's been a coverage incompletion for Kirkendall so far these last 4 as he had nobody open on the back end there against Mohawk.
Almost like to see a screenplay.
Yep.
Kirkendall fires far side. Got his, nope, it's dropped by his receiver. Would have been good for about a 6 or 7 yard gain, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for his receiver, Grady Bryan. The sophomore unable to control it, and now it's 3rd down and 10, and they haven't taken much more than about 10 or 12 seconds off the clock.
Well, and that's kind of the ipso facto problem here. If you're the Vikings, you're looking to throw the ball and put points on the board, but incompletion stop the clock, and Mohawk might have a chance to get the ball back.
Kirkendall still going to throw. Under pressure, steps up in the pocket, and now goes down sliding feet first, and Mohawk will most likely use a timeout here, and they do. Stopping the clock now at 1:03 and forcing the Vikings to punt.
Yeah, and Mohawk will have one timeout remaining after that one. And now, but here's the thing. We already seen David boot one for almost 60. So he's a weapon in the punt game himself. If you're Mohawk, you've got to try to at least fair catch this ball to give yourself an opportunity for decent field position. You can't afford to let it hit the ground and roll 45 yards again.
Just quickly looking at my statistics, it looks like Leipsic has around 160 yards of total offense. Mohawk with only about 75. So the score is a direct reflection of the statistics and total offense in this first half.
Levi Teal will now be the man back to receive this punt for the Warriors.
And you did mention we saw Caden Bish standing on the sidelines for Mohawk. His helmet is off, but that's good news to at least see him standing on the sidelines.
Yeah, but never good news in a football game when you're a senior and your helmet's beside your hip.
And Mohawk gets the blocked punt. A lot of pressure on the kicker, and it's going to be taken into the end zone for a touchdown.
Owen Patrizzi comes through the line and blocks it, and that's a big play for the Warriors, as now you're right back in the football game, Lynn.
For Leipsic, the good news is they get the ball to start the second half.
Yes. Yeah, this could be a lot more interesting if it was Mohawk ball coming out of halftime.
Well, we've seen a punt return for a touchdown, and now we have seen a blocked punt for a touchdown. So special teams definitely playing a role here in this opening half.
Mohawk does have one of the best kickers in the N10 on their side of things.
Patrizzi's kick is up, and it splits the uprights, and it is good. 14-7, Leipsic on top. Still 56 seconds left to play in this first half. You're watching live and free on the OH Report.
We carry supplements that are from companies that do a lot of testing. So they will test their raw ingredients. They'll test them afterwards as well. And they're testing for both purity, and then they're also testing for potency. So things like arthritis, inflammatory bowel disease. We have a lot of supplements and also prescriptions we can recommend, and lifestyle type things that can help with that as well.
We are back at Leipsic, still 56 seconds before halftime, and Mohawk has just blindsided Leipsic with a blocked punt, which was returned for a touchdown from about 7 yards out, and suddenly it's a 14-7 ball game in this Division VII regional quarterfinal matchup. And a squib kick. It's going to go out of bounds, and Leipsic can either make them re-kick or they'll just take the penalty.
I mean, if you're Leipsic, you take the penalty, you take the football, you get this first half over with, and you go into the half up 7 knowing you're getting the football back.
Well, they're going to make them re-kick. So they want to try to get a return, and why not? The special teams have been a big play on both team sides.
Look at who they have returning the football.
Exactly. When you've got Avery Paris waiting to return the football, why wouldn't you?
Well, and I mean, let's talk about the other guys as well. Marquise Williams, who's had a big night through the air and on the ground, as he's almost 100 yards of total offense himself.
Yeah, Marquise Williams with a 47-yard reception.
And then he also had the big run as well.
Yeah, he's got a 47-yard reception and a 44-yard run. Almost 100 yards of offense for him, and over 100 yards of total offense for the quarterback, Mark Kirkendall. And over 100 yards of offense with punt returning and receiving for Avery Paris. They're not going to let Paris have this one. This is Marquise Williams. searching for a hole. Nothing is there. Mohawk will down him at his own 23-yard line. And you have to expect now that head coach Joe Kirkendall is going to say enough of the passing game where we only took about 25 seconds off the clock last time. We're not going to play that game. We're going to just run it, knee it, and go into halftime ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Mohawk still has a timeout left. They're not out yet. So if you're Coach Kirkendall, run the football, get out of this half, up 7. Do not throw it and give them an opportunity to block another punt or get the football back.
And his son Mark Kirkendall has missed on his last 5 passes in a row. So it's not like he's got the hot hand. I think you just take this thing and run it and be done with it. But what do I know? Kirkendall airing it out. His receiver had no idea. Williams had no idea where that pass was even at. He never even turned to look for it, and when he did, he put his hands up like, I can't see it.
Well, and here's the thing. Levi Teal had a better opportunity to catch that ball than Marquise Williams did. And how about the momentum that would have swung if Teal would have been able to haul in an interception there?
I think you'd had a lot of people doing some second guessing then.
I'm still shocked that they're slinging it right now. Up 7, 43 seconds left. You took 7 seconds off of the play clock there.
Yep, I'm a little surprised as well. I'd
Heavy
like
set.
to think you'll see a handoff here, and you do. Not much running room for Aaron Hazelton. Just got it past the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1. That's the first yard Leipsic has gained in quite some time. And now Mohawk will expire its final timeout of this first half, as we still have 28 seconds to play in this first half.
Yeah, here's the question now. If you're Leipsic, is, hey, turn around, hand the ball off again. Let's go into halftime. Because if you throw the football here and it's another incompletion, you're now punting the ball back to Mohawk and giving them any sort of life to end this first half, and they already have a momentum swing with the block punt.
Yep, you got to just get out of this thing right now by handing it off and saying that's it.
As I will look around and try to get some score updates for you guys and the other games going on this evening. As Shelby leads Orville 22-0 in the second quarter. Gallion 13-3 over Cloverleaf. Colonel Crawford 28-0 over Mount Gilead at the half. And how about this one? Danville 36-0 on the road at Fisher Catholic.
Here's that screen pass that we were looking for earlier. Hazelton keeps himself in bounds and is finally pushed out of bounds around the 32 or 33-yard line. That is good enough for a first down.
And you're out of bounds. So now you've got a couple more plays if you're the Vikings, and hey, maybe run more of those little screen plays, get some blockers out in front, and look for a big play to end the half.
7th first down of the first half for the Vikings. Mohawk with only 3 first downs in that first half, but they were aided by special teams blocking a punt at the Leipsic 15-yard line and then picking it up around the 6 or 7 and running it in for a touchdown. And now we have a Warrior player down on the far side. He was trying to get off the field because of injury and decided, I'm not going to make it. I'm just going to fall down right here.
Toledo Central Catholic 28-10 over Lexington. How about that? We were kind of talking about that before you get on the air. You're the Lexington Minutemen. You win the OCC. You knock off Ashland, and now you face a 7-5 Toledo Central Catholic team who I couldn't tell you the last time they lost in the state of Ohio was.
Yeah, you might be saying 7-5, but they're playing in the Detroit Catholic League and facing some really stiff competition from schools that would be Division I here in the state of Ohio.
Centerburg in a battle against Ridgewood, up 20-14 at the half.
Well, another Warrior is down for quite some time here before halftime. Still 18 seconds before the half.
Pandora Gilboa up 35-20 on the road at North Baltimore. I think that's kind of something most people that I talked to here in the press box expected, as did I.
North Baltimore unbeaten, though. Tigers putting up a pretty good fight. And now the injured Warrior is able to kind of get himself off the field under his own power. I wasn't able to see who that was.
I did not see a number there either.
21, it looks like, which would be Liam Purcell.
One of their better defensive players.
So now it's 1st and 10 for Leipsic. Kirkendall looking under pressure. Flags go down. We might have
likely
a hold.
be a hold. Yeah.
Yep.
The position of that flag tells me it's going to be a hold.
And they're most likely going to decline.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, if you're Mohawk, you decline it. This clock can run. Let's get into halftime.
Kirkendall sacked back at his own 24-yard line, so a loss of about 7 on the play.
It'll be holding, and they're going to take the Mohawks going to take the penalty. Kind of pleasantly surprised there. If I'm the Warriors, I'm going to just decline that, let the clock run out, and go into halftime.
Third penalty against Leipsic for 20 yards on the night.
Almost to their season almost to their season total or season average already.
So now the clock will start to run. We're inside the final 10 seconds. Leipsic may just let it run out and be done with it, or fire up a Hail Mary. Nope, Kirkendall's going to keep it. He's out across the 40-yard line. Gain of 17 on that play. And that will do it for the first half of action here at Leipsic. It's been a good one. The Vikings, homestanding Vikings, lead the Warriors of Mohawk 14-7. You're watching live and free on the OH Report.
I'm Steve Krall, president of First Federal Community Bank. And here at First Federal Community Bank, our playbook consists of the 3 C's: care, curiosity, and courage. Just like your team, our 3 C's strengthen our communities and our team here at First Federal Community Bank. On behalf of our team here at First Federal, we want to wish all of our area teams and coaches the best of luck this season. Yeah! Yes!
I'm an adult learner, so I had to balance my work and my school. And the fact that NC State has online classes, hybrid classes, especially the instructors are very flexible with allowing you time to get all your work in.
This is our in-body machine, so you're going to see what you're made of, how much muscle you have, how much fat you have, what type of fat, where is the muscle, where is the fat, and then also super important, how much water do you have and where is the water? Is it inside of your cell or outside of your cell? So the in-body is a super quick process. You get all of this information in about 5 minutes. You just stand on the scale, you hold on to some handles, it sends electrical impulses through your body, nothing you feel, and this prints out immediately. So you'll leave with a piece of paper with all of your results on it, and it will also send it to your phone. We also spend a couple minutes helping you interpret your results so that you can learn what they mean. So you'll leave with a lot of information. It only costs $40. You can get online and sign up for an appointment, or you can call in and make an appointment today.
Released in 2003 on Britney Spears' In the Zone album. Beware the Marching Warriors in this next tune because we're feeling toxic.
And Julie worked with the mom.
Okay.
Marathon. And watched them grow up.